There we go. Dreambound. Game capture. Hello? Game capture? Dreambound? Is that the full screen it? Hello? There we go. Get small again. Yeah, put that up there. Change the size. And up a little bit. Right there. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. Also, it's not letting me change my category for some reason. Why does it think I want to change my go live notification? I don't. Hello? Okay, hold on. Bum. I need to add a quick action. Oh wait, no. I can do this in Firebot. I forgot that was an option. Firebot. Stream info. Here we go. If I can't do it in OBS, I will do it somewhere else. There we go. Thank you, Firebot. No, I don't want to close Firebot. I just want to minimize it. Thank ya. Okay. You're gonna hear me for half a second because I'm gonna look at it on Twitch just to make sure it actually changed. Okay, I muted it in time. It did change. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, continue. I said continue. Here, we are at Kaine's apartment. And we just spent the night. Now I'm going to romance the shit out of him. I'm getting him his man. This Kaine should not be heartbroken any longer. That is illegal. Okay. Kaine wasn't there when Noah awoke the following morning, feeling more well-rested than he had in recent memory. Because he slept at his boyfriend's house, that's why. Sunlight was streaming in through the windows, and the sky beyond the balcony was azure blue. A quick glance at the clock, meanwhile, revealed that it was already 10:24 a.m. Kaine must have gone to work already. Kaine had a governmental job, though what he did exactly at his fancy office, Noah wasn't sure. Kaine had explained the particulars to him a few times, but Noah hadn't cared enough to retain any of that information. Noah, you are a great friend. He hadn't really been paying attention. Yeah, no shit. He tried to connect to me a lot during the years, but I was never interested. God. You have a lot to make up for, my boy. I wonder how much that hurt. A lot. I can guarantee it. A lot. Especially since he loves you. Bitch. In any event, Kaine's job was important, and Kaine himself was punctual. No matter how worried he might have been about Noah, Noah could not imagine him showing up at work late for any reason, not even to fuss over him. He had probably left a couple of hours ago. Ow. Okay. Thank you for the little care package. Actually, one second. I'm gonna stand up and stretch because this lower back situation fucking hurts. Also, I'm gonna put some deodorizer on that fucking stinky poo. Yeah. You stunk up the apartment, you stinky bastard. Yeah, it's your fault. All your fault. Oh, excuse me. stank. Yeah, you didn't even cover it. Lazy bastard. Okay. Oof. I can't even take credit for that. My model just felt you looking and it's like, hello? I gotta calibrate now though. There we go. I gave you the dokie dokies. Or at least my model did. Okay. Glasses are good. Headphones are good. I can tell you right now, Jesus Christ was nowhere to be found. Okay. It seemed like a fair theory, one which was soon cemented as a fact when a bleary-eyed Noah shuffled into the kitchen. Kaine might have gone already, but he had left a memento in his wake. He cooked us breakfast. He's such husband material, for fuck's sake. Oh god, the ads are starting. Wait, are they? No, it says ads starting soon. My ad manager in OBS is a little weird. Memento. There, taped to the fridge, was a note, one which had been penned in Kaine's neat, angular writing. I've gone to work. I'll try to be back by 6, but I'll call you if I get waylaid. I've left breakfast in the fridge. I'm going to marry this man. And there are some leftovers from last night for lunch. Take care of yourself. Noah skimmed the note, amused by how meticulous it was. Well, I should expect nothing less from a man whose sink is that clean. Oh, okay. Ads are in progress. For sure. I'll take this time to open my Steam guide for this game, because I almost forgot. I need the guide. The guide, which is where? Right here? There we go. Also, I don't need that in my bookmarks anymore. The Manhwa wreck. I don't need that in there anymore. Empty trash. Okay. Just a little bit. There we go. I should go peep and try to calm my nerves while ads run. Yes. Good time. Good time for that. I'm going to review the guide real quick while the ads run. For the next 2 minutes. Music in this game is also really pretty. Oh man. I'm looking over Kaine's routes and I'm doing the good end. I don't care what anyone says, I'm doing the good end. But there's like 2 moments where it says save before this choice. And that's so you can go back to get the neutral and bad ends if you want. And I'm just like, ugh, I don't know if I could. Neutral end, maybe. But bad end? Ugh. I couldn't hurt Kaine like that. I don't care if he's fictional. He's real in my heart. We got like 50 seconds left on the ads. Oh, man. If I play this game again, who would I go for? Crow or Yvonne? Yvonne? I'm still thinking about Yvonne in the last time we played, and he's still pissing me off. But I've seen some of his CGs, thanks to Bacardi, and he's got some pretty fucking CGs. Crow's also looks like interesting. I think I got a bit spoiled looking at some of them, but I'm not 100% sure. because of course I didn't like read anything about it. Images are one thing, but like reading it will completely spoil it for me, so I haven't done that yet. Okay, ad breaks are over. Nice. Okay, let's continue. Also, Noah, you don't clean anything, so it's like you can't really judge anybody. Noah's stomach by this point was beginning to grumble. The last time he had eaten must have been yesterday in that diner with Yvonne. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. Boy has not eaten. Yesterday now seemed like a very, very long time ago, however. Noah had been too busy to feel particularly hungry yesterday, but now, all of a sudden, he felt ravenous. Probably because he got a good night's sleep for once. He's in a safe environment. He's at his boyfriend's house. He's with a safe person. Yeah. Noah dug through the fridge for his promised breakfast and found a plate of salmon and crushed avocado toast, or avocado on toast. Fun fact. My Twitter handle and my main account used to be Tavocado Toast. Because well, it's not legally my first name, but the first name I plan to take starts with TAV. And somebody in a Discord server that I'm still a part of, even if I don't talk in Discord servers super duper often. But they're like, I think they just threw it out there for some reason. I think they were making a pun, and I'm like, you know what? That would be a great username. It's like the first year and a half that I had a Twitter, I was Tavocado Toast. Ugh. Thank you, Kaine, for the breakfast, but I don't like salmon, and I don't like avocados. But Noah, you're gonna like it. You're gonna eat that shit. Avocado toast? Really? Even I know that trend is over. Boy, you need nutrients. This did not stop Noah from taking the plate from the fridge, however. Yeah, boy's hungry. Fucking eat it. Sit your ass down and eat your husband's breakfast. He set it down on the table, then began to eat. The food wasn't as good as it might have been if Noah had been eating it fresh, but it was still delicious. I mean, yeah, if it's toast that was in the fridge. But it would need to be in the fridge because of the avocado spread. Still. Fridged toast. Are you guys fighting again? Jaeger. He's literally just like messing with Kyo. Kyo's doing nothing. Jaeger, stop biting his foot. You're such an asshole. The toast was no longer warm, and neither was it crispy, but the salmon had been cooked to perfection. The avocado, meanwhile, had a lemony ting to it that complemented the fish well. Noah ate quicker than he thought was possible and soon demolished the food. He hadn't realized he was so hungry until he got started to eat. But maybe I only ate so much because Kaine made it. Noah, we're finally getting on the same page, you and me. Finally. He really is a good cook. He really is husband material. This shouldn't have been such a shocking revelation, given Kaine often swung by to hand Noah his leftovers, but it still left Noah feeling bemused. Well, since he went to the effort of cooking for me, I guess I should wash the dishes. I'll be surprised if he knows how, considering how his kitchen looked. It's only fair. Noah set to work largely because he had nothing better to do at this time. How does he make money? That's what I want to know. That, and he was starting to feel somewhat guilty about taking advantage of Kaine's kindness. I don't want to wind up like Yvonne, damn it. For as long as I'm staying here, I better pull my weight. I'd rather not be a burden, and I don't want to owe Kaine too many favors. I mean, there's plenty of ways to pay that back. I've read plenty of BL manhwa. I'm in hot water there already. Unfortunately for Noah, however, there wasn't much for him to do when it came to housework. Yeah, Kaine's place is immaculate. I wish my place was this clean. But every single time I think about dusting, I just like, ugh. I don't wanna. There's so much dust in this place. And it's like, I will dust the shit out of it, and like 2 days later, there's just a layer of more dust. So I just get tired. I would love to hire a cleaning service, but that shit costs like almost $200. Despite the fact that I just have a tiny ass studio apartment. But I want them to like scrub my kitchen, scrub my bathroom, vacuum with a much better vacuum than what I have. Get all this litter off my carpet. And dust for me, please. Please, I need somebody to. Kaine was meticulous when it came to keeping order, and his home was already immaculate. Oh, he also used the word immaculate. See, Noah, we're getting on the same page. We're getting on the same page. Now just kiss Kaine and we'll be like Gucci. Still, Noah did the best he could. He washed and dried the dishes, cleaned the kitchen countertops, and swept the floor. By all means, Sin, come to my house. I will share all my manga and manhwa with you. Whatever payment you want, you got it. Just please, please dust for me. Please, I'm begging. Then he stepped into the open plan living room. Once there, he plumped up his pillows, made the bed, and then set about adjusting the cushions on the couch. Noah was engaged in his task when he noticed, quite by chance, a notebook lodged down the back of the couch, hidden behind one of the cushions. Ooh, special notebook. Special notebook that has, I don't know, doodles of Noah? A journal? A journal of Kaine's feelings for me? Let's see. Huh? Noah frowned. This must have been something of Kaine's. Was it supposed to be a secret? It's his porn collection. Maybe it was a diary. Okay, or a diary, like I said. I should put this back where I found it. Kaine wouldn't want me snooping through his things. Oh, come on, we're just a little curious, and he's at work. He'll never know. And you're so fucking stupid, Noah, that you're not going to realize until something like slaps you in the face with, hey, Kaine's in love with you. Bam! That'd be a pretty shitty way to repay him for all he's done for me. I mean, yes, you're correct, but also, hear me out. Hear me out. Maybe he planted it there for you to find. You don't know. That was what Noah told himself, at least, but curiosity eventually won out. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure it's fine. I'll just have a little peek. I mean, what secrets could Kaine possibly be hiding from me? He's in love with you. FFH. H? I can't even fucking say abbreviations correctly. FFS. For fuck's sake. I could never be one of those people to say LOL out loud unironically. I'd be like, LOH? Wait, that's not right. Laugh out, huh? Oh my god. We've known one another for years. Not that you've been paying attention. I wonder if he's written anything about me in here. I hope I've not been making him worry too much. Oh my god. Noah, are you kidding me? You've been like borderline suicidal this whole fucking time. Noah flipped the notebook open, anticipation welling up inside of him. Ellipsis, but a surprised look on his face. But his anticipation soon evaporated. Oh, was it blank? Oh, it was empty. The notebook, contrary to Noah's expectations, was empty. Or is it? He works at a governmental job. It might be invisible ink. Quick. Get a lemon. Get a candle. We're gonna pull some, national treasure shit. Though no, that wasn't quite true. Or like the indents of the pen. So we can like get a pencil and go all over the page to see what was written. The majority of the pages might have been blank, but a few near the front were filled with Kaine's distinctive handwriting. Okay, or not, it's just the fucking writing. Kaine had written, in that neat cursive of his, which his mother had envied, a list of names which spanned a couple of pages. Names which were familiar. Like the murder victims? Oh no. I still love Kaine, even if he's a murderer. Oh no, I was right. they were the same names Noah had heard about on the news during the last few days, the names of people associated with Noah. Okay, that doesn't mean he's a killer. But again, even if he is, I still love him. First, there was his parents, then Sebastian. But that wasn't all. Mr. Floyd's name was jotted down too, alongside Asher's, Luca's, Rosemary's, and a few others from school. This could be innocent. He could have just been making like a list of people who were murked and then who like could be targeted next. Actually, hold on, I'm thinking. This could be like the obvious assumption, of course. Like, oh, did Kaine kill him somehow? Could he have secret dream powers? But I'm thinking about what's her name from Asher's dream. The girl who told us to contact him because she like worked in this field about dreams. And again, Kaine works for the government. Maybe there's some kind of government thing happening. Or I could just be reading too much into it and Kaine really is a killer. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Kaine's biscuit. What is the meaning of this? Had Kaine been keeping notes on the case as it unfolded? That would make sense, but what about Mr. Floyd and Asher and Luca? Their lifeless bodies hadn't shown up on the news channel, tattooed with trailing flowers. Maybe he hit upon the same theory I did, that all of these murders were related to me. Was he trying to scope out the killer's next target? Maybe he was worrying about me. Noah exhaled. Why is Luca's name jotted down in here, though? And Rosemary's. I haven't talked to them in years. I haven't even thought about them. Noah had gotten on relatively well with Rosamary Bellworth, Luca's sister, but his feelings towards Luca himself had been decidedly less congenial. Noah hadn't enjoyed spending time with Luca, and the time they had spent together had largely been under duress. Why would he want to spare him a thought when he no longer had to? Luca had nothing to do with him anymore. But then again, neither had Sebastian, and he had still wound up dead. Was this why Kaine had jotted down Luca's name in his memo pad? Was he, too, trying to work out who might be targeted next? Okay. We're going down a very innocent trail of thoughts here. He didn't jump to the, like, worst option that I did. Hopefully that's not the case. We'll see. It was rather like Kaine, Noah thought, to take notes like this, as though he were studying for a test. Yeah, and it doesn't just feel like Kaine would even be capable of, like, killing somebody. He was very much ready to say his feelings about, like, Asher, for instance. How much of an asshole he is and all that. And I mean, that's fair. Asher was a fucking asshole. But I never really got, like, he could go out and kill somebody vibes from him. He's too much of a nice guy. And, like, an actual nice guy, not, like, fake nice guys who then call you a whore when you tell them, no, I won't date you. Yeah. Or maybe I'm just working very hard to convince myself. We'll find out. Oof, okay. Kaine had always taken his schoolwork seriously. If something's worth doing, then it's worth doing properly. That had been Kaine's catchphrase at school, which was probably one of the reasons why Noah's mother had liked him so much. She had thought that Kaine, with his exemplary grades and his matching manners, was a role model. August, meanwhile, had not been so fortunate. Stop thinking about August, damn it. Noah frowned. He could feel unease in the pit of his stomach, though he could not identify its origins. Why did he feel so out of sorts? Maybe it's the notebook. It's brought everything back. I was having a nice morning, too. A nice morning as I can have, I guess. Seeing Luca's name must have spoiled it. Or spoilt it. He always was good at doing that. For want of anything else to do, Noah settled himself down on the couch and picked up the remote. Did you put the journal back? Or the diary, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Hide the fact that you looked at it. He flipped through the channels, not really paying attention, not expecting to see anything. But, all the while, the pit of his stomach continued to tighten. His unease continued to swell, moment by moment, as the seconds tickled... as the seconds trickled by, not tickled, trickled. To such a degree, he was not altogether surprised by the news reporter's announcement. Ah, God, here we go. He's gonna say Luke's dead. Part of him had, he supposed, been expecting it. He had wondered, ever since he had seen Luca's name in Kaine's notebook, whether it was not an omen. Noah had never been one to believe in destiny. Another body has appeared with similar markings to previous cases, this time a young adult by the name of Luca Beltworth. The police released a statement early this morning. By now, he really was beginning to wonder. Kaine, you need to come home and prove your innocence, please. The night which passed was a cheerful one, devoid of any incidents. Why does the room look completely different? Oh wait. Isn't this our room at our house? It looks like your other two emotes are just like shocked at the dancing emote. Like, why the fuck are you here? Like, you're grooving. God, trying to read with someone singing in the background is always hard. But I shall do my best. I feel that. I do that all the time. Like my blow a kiss emote on my frequently used is like right next to the laugh emote. And I sometimes accidentally put a laugh. I'll do that all the time. Part of Kaine had worried while setting this up with August on the slide. Oh, we're in Noah's room. Okay, or not Noah, August. Right. We jumped back to the past. I see what's happening. While setting this up with August on the sly, that Noah's parents might get wind of what was going on, only a few feet away from their own house. Nightmare visions had weighed on him, of Noah's parents banging down the door of August's home and demanding that their son be relinquished post-haste from this den of depravity. But the hours wore on, as they did. There came no furious hammering of knuckles on the door. Noah's phone did not even buzz. It seemed that his parents had bought Kaine's excuses after all. That was a relief, one which allowed Kaine to finally relax. We're getting this from Kaine's perspective. This is fun. I want more of Kaine's perspective. He had been feeling tense all night, mostly on Noah's behalf, but on his own too. If Noah's parents knew that he had played a part in deceiving them, it seemed unlikely they would let Kaine spend time with Noah again. Oh, poor boy. Kaine was putting his own neck on the line too. Though he stood to lose less, granted, than Noah did. Noah, however, seemed not to be thinking about his parents at all. Fair. I wouldn't think about them if ever given the chance. Perhaps he wanted a break from them and their incessant nagging. He deserved as much, given how much shit they put him through on a daily basis. It was better for Noah to relax, to play video games with him in August, and eat the pizza which Noah's father had brought to them. Ooh, I could go for pizza. I had a sandwich for lunch. And that's all I've had thus far. Ugh, God. I don't have enough money, though. Damn. I paid all my bills. I turned in my rent check. Yeah, I had a sandwich. I had a bag of chips and like a little brownie square to go with it. But like, just seeing the word pizza, I'm like, ugh. Ugh, what I wouldn't give. Yep, read all that. Too much stress would only make him sick. Oh, the boys. Kaine. Kaine. Hey, August, I was just thinking. Noah set down a slice of pizza, his fingertips damp with grease, and looked at August wonderingly. It's kind of crazy how your dad's all right with all of this, letting us stay up late, I mean, and even bringing us pizza. My parents would never let me stay up past midnight on a school night. Neither would my parents, but they also didn't know when I stayed up until like 2 a.m. watching anime. Neither did my friends, who constantly let me borrow manga and like box sets of anime. And I'm talking like the kind of bootleg? Yeah, they were kind of bootleg box sets of anime. So it's like full seasons of anime with subtitles that are okay, enough to understand. Chicken tetrazzini with garlic knots and a fresh salad. Oh, please bring me some. Please. That sounds so good. Especially the garlic knots. Ugh. Do I even have anything to eat afterwards? I can't remember what's in my fridge. Actually, there's like nothing in my fridge. There's drinks. A bunch of drinks. There's some eggs too, but I don't really have anything to like make them with. I got bacon in my freezer. Bacon and eggs. Guess I could do that. I have mashed potatoes too. But mashed potatoes, eggs, and bacon? That definitely doesn't go together. I don't know, I'll figure something out. He seems really chill though, and he doesn't talk to you like a parent either. Don't you think so? He doesn't talk like my parents, at least. They're always lecturing me, but your dad... It's hard to explain, but it feels like he talks to you like an equal. Well, my dad trusts me. He knows he doesn't have to order me around. He says I have a decent enough head on my shoulders to make my own decisions. Though I wonder if he has a bit too much faith in me. I don't think so. He's like... If I could choose how my parents were, I'd like it if they could act more like your dad. He's so cool. He's amazing, isn't he? He's also hot. Your dad's hot. August responded with a genial smile, one which would have made half of the girls at school swoon. He's everything I aspire to be. I thought my parents were laid back. If my father being absent for most of my life could count as laid back. I love that we're getting Kaine's perspective. He's had an absent father this whole time? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So he's just got like a single mom? Ugh, I love you, Kaine. But your dad is way chiller. He really is. I'm so jealous. I wish I could say the same thing about my family. Noah. August looked at Noah, his eyes widening behind his glasses. August hadn't known Noah for as long as Kaine had, and he hadn't heard all of the horror stories Noah had shared about his parents, but he must have had a decent grasp on how they acted. Oh, same with you. Oh, goodness. When I think about it, actually, for most of my childhood, my dad was pretty absent, but that's because he was in the Navy. So he would ship out for like 6 to 9 months at a time. So all I really saw was my mom for a good chunk of my childhood. Well into like teenagerhood. Until he finally got just like an office job. It was hard not to see how controlling they were, even from a relative newcomer like August. August's fair face filled momentarily with sympathy. Before he reached out, then wound his arm around Kaine and Noah's shoulders, pulling them both to him. Honestly, this could have been a threesome right here. This would have been an awesome threesome. But Noah is an idiot and doesn't see that Kaine loves him. I mean, know who he is. Like, I know if him, or I know of him, or I just don't know him. But anywho, hey, that's fair. I had plenty of friends growing up that had similar situations. I know you've been through a lot, but it's alright. We can always be your family. Isn't that right, Kaine? Family? Kaine! Kaine, look at this precious face. How could you not fall in love with this face? I need to move on or I'm gonna fucking die. Kaine felt his face flush at this. My face is flushing. Look at you. Look at you. Precious boy. He hadn't expected the close proximity. It was unexpected. Noah was the one who had a thing for August, not him, but August's touch. Not to mention the softness of his hair as it brushed against Kaine's cheek. Made him start. I am a simp and I won't even deny it because it's true. See, this line right here. Noah was the one who had a thing for August, not him, but August's touch, not to mention the softness of his hair as it brushed against Kaine's cheek, made him start. They could have been a throuple. Ugh. I need more like games and manhwa and shit where it's like throuple could be end game instead of like jealousy or you have to pick one or the other. I need more throuples in my life. Perhaps it was no wonder Noah had fallen for August. Like his father, he was very likable. Maybe it ran in the family? If only I could be so lucky. My heart. Kaine. I'm not opposed to that, I guess. Oh, now he's pouting. Oh, you're so cute. How would that work exactly? Well, gee. August smiled bashfully. I guess I just said it because it sounded cool. But I'd not given too much thought. I'd not given too much thought about exact roles. You'd definitely be the mother, though. Huh? You're being serious? I was gonna say, it's because you can cook. Of course, you're the best at cooking out of all of us, and you're always lecturing us. Ah. My grades would probably be even worse if you weren't around to keep me on the straight and narrow. Oh, now they're both pouting. Oh, no, actually they're all pouting. This is a really cute picture right here. Humph. Kaine frowned. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. It feels like you're calling me a nag. In the best possible way. I'm not so sure about that. But whatever. I guess I'll take it. I don't mind being the mom friend. But what about you, August? Naturally, I'd be Noah's younger brother. Noah's gonna be like, step bro. You don't want to be Noah's father? Oh boy. I think I'm too young to start a family. Right, that makes sense. But Kaine's not? Hey, I could say the same thing about myself. Exactly, exactly. I might be taller than you, but I'm not any older. August dissolved into giggles in the face of Kaine's protests. Giggles which proved to be infectious, because Kaine found himself chuckling too. Man, what are we talking about anyway? This is so stupid. Maybe, but it's good to be stupid sometimes. Life's serious enough as it is. You know what, August? You just earned brownie points because of that. What do you think, Noah? Noah, who had been quiet during this exchange, looked between August and Kaine. He blinked. Then, with his eyes, which looked suspiciously moist, he said, "You guys, Oh no, he's crying. Oh no, sweet boy, don't cry, don't cry." Kaine drew away from Noah, as did August. He expected Noah to laugh, maybe, at their antics and tell them they were being silly, that he already had a brother and didn't want another. That, or he had thought Noah might roll his eyes at the silliness of it all. No, I can kind of see where this is going. He just, like, the idea of a family that actually, like, cared about him and loved him and just, like, weren't terrible people. I can see how just the idea of that, like, two people he really cares about in this moment being his family instead of his actual family. That would probably make me break down too. He hadn't thought that Noah would cry. but that was exactly what was happening. Is it because I said I wouldn't mind being your brother? So do you hate the thought of being related to me that much? No, August, that's not it. No, it's just... It's silly, but I was just thinking. I was feeling pretty shitty, but you guys, you're the best. Oh, sweet boy. Sweet boy. I rag on you for being kind of dumb, but... Well, dumb and kind of mean, but, you know, I get it. I get it. You've been through, like, fucking hell. A few tears trickled down Noah's cheeks. Self-consciously, he scrubbed them away, his face flushed. God, I must be tired or something. Please pretend that never happened. Well. Kaine smiled, searching for a way to diffuse the situation. I guess I can take see Noah crying off my bucket list. Shut up. Noah's response was so surly, it made Kaine chuckle. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. I heard a loud sound outside my headphones. I'm like, is it thundering? Nope, it's just like a fucking motorcycle. Okay. August, however, was beginning to look emotional himself. He glanced between Kaine and Noah, though his gaze lingered on Noah for longer. I don't want to steal the spotlight, but I also appreciate you two. I mean, I've moved around so much because of my father's work that, well, you're the first real friends I've ever had. August. Kaine saw how Noah's eyes widened, could see beneath his expression the way his heart tightened, and frowned. Kaine didn't begrudge Noah's feelings for August, but damn, he really is obvious. Poor Kaine. Kaine cleared his throat, then hastened to change the subject. August had decided to bequeath him the title of the mom friend, and it was a title he meant to make the most of. Okay, everyone is overtired, I think. Why don't we get ready for bed? This suggestion was met with unanimous agreement. Perhaps Noah was still self-conscious about the way he had cried, because he agreed a little too eagerly. The three boys cleared away the pizza boxes, then got ready for bed. Y'all better wash your hands and brush your teeth. If Kaine's gonna be the mom friend, then so am I. August then suggested, once they had changed into their night clothes, that they turned on the TV and watch a movie. Noah sandwiched between them on the mattress. Kaine agreed, as did Noah, albeit hesitantly. Kaine knew Noah well enough to know that he must have been internally combusting at the thought of spending a night lying next to August. It was remarkable, really, that he was able to keep the blush from his face. For the most part. August must not have seen Noah's embarrassment, but Kaine sure did. He saw all of Noah's tells. He had known Noah long enough to divine the meaning behind even the subtlest of shifts behind his expression. Kaine, you're so in love with him. Ah! Kaine might have acted curt, or, goddammit, Noah might have acted curt, but to Kaine, he was an open book. The three of them settled down on the mattress to watch the movie, the TV set the only source of light in August's darkened bedroom. Ah yes, this very darkened bedroom. Kaine kept his eyes trained on the TV, but he was only half paying attention to the movie that was playing on the screen. His mind was occupied instead with thoughts of Noah, and of August. He was glad that Noah was in higher spirits, but... The movie came to a close and Kaine shifted, turning away from Noah to face the wall. He thought that Noah would probably want some privacy. If he really was the mom friend, then making himself scarce at sentimental moments like this was just one of his duties. I think I saw a CG related to this, so I think I know what's about to happen. Maybe. I'm not sure. I didn't know it was going to be told from Kaine's perspective, though, so now my heart is, like, aching. Nobody wanted their mom to hang around them when they were lying in bed in the dark with the person that they liked. That was just common sense. Kaine pretended to sleep, his breathing slow or deep and slow. In actuality, he had never felt less like sleeping in his life. He was oddly uneasy, his stomach twisting into knots. I don't think he realizes quite yet how much he cares for Noah. But Kaine ignored that. He was rather good at ignoring things that made him uncomfortable. It came with practice. God, I wish I was the same. I obsess over that shit. It bothers the hell out of me. Kaine heard August switch off the TV set, plunging the room into an even greater darkness, one which was all-consuming. Then there was a shifting of sheets, the sound of bodies stirring. Noah and August bade one another goodnight, and silence reigned. The silence lasted for only a few brief moments, however, when Noah began to toss again. Kaine felt the sheets being rumpled around him, and he exhaled. How Noah thought he was asleep was a mystery. Only a catatonic person could have dozed through all of Noah's squirming. It seemed that August, too, couldn't sleep. Still awake? No, I'm not that tired. Me neither. Oh, these boys. They're gonna be flirting right behind Kaine. Well, technically right next to, but Kaine is facing the wall, so his back is to them. Once more, silence fell. What are you yelling at, Kyo? No. No. What? Ugh, why is your head wet? Ugh. Oh, did you drink at the water fountain? Oh god, Kyo is so stupid. He sticks his whole fucking head into the water fountain. What a dumbass. Just go lay down. Okay, hold on. He got like water in my hand and now it just feels icky. Because there's now also cat hair all over my hand, so I have to go wash this off real quick. Kyo? No. Just lay down. Get on the chair. There's plenty of room. You can both share. Oh, no, I sat on my cord. Okay. Get my headphones up. I can't help it that my model is flirting with you whenever I step away from my desk. Oh, okie dokie. Get my mic away from my mouth a little bit. And calibrate. There we go. Kaine wondered briefly whether that would be the end of that conversation, which seemed to have died a swift death. When? Can I ask you a question? Of course, you can ask me anything. Do you, what I mean is, what I'm trying to ask is, if you perhaps spit it out, boy. Kaine, don't make that face. You're killing me. So, here it was. Noah was finally going to ask him. Well, it was about time. It had only taken Noah, what, 3 months to pop the question? It was a wonder he'd not come out with it already. Kaine was proud of Noah, in a way, for finally mustering up his courage. But at the same time, he couldn't quell the unpleasant twisting in his stomach when Noah spoke. Like, guys? Hastily, Noah tried to explain himself, his voice higher than usual and panicked alongside it. I mean, if you did, I'd be cool with that, and, it has nothing to do with my parents. I was just wondering. Noah's heartfelt query was met immediately with silence. Kaine himself listened in, his breath bated. Though, wasn't he supposed to be snoring? He wondered briefly whether Noah might realize his deception and come over all embarrassed. But that seemed unlikely. It was painfully obvious that Noah only had eyes for August. Ugh. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts me. As someone who had so many one-sided crushes in my life, a Kaine is killing me. Kaine might have been sharing the same bed as them, but he could very well have belonged in a different country, a different continent, a different universe. Noah would not be thinking about Kaine right now. Oh. Kaine! Kaine! You're killing me, Kaine! He was only thinking about August. Maybe. Came August's reply after a pause. I haven't really thought about it. What about you? Yes, what about Noah? Kaine was quietly confident he already knew this answer, but he listened in regardless, more intently than he had when waiting for August's reply. What? No, of course I don't. Shut up, just fucking admit it. Admit it. Even August said maybe. I mean, I do? Or maybe, I don't know. Kaine! Ugh. To summarize my playthrough thus far, it's just Kaine! A sad cry of Kaine's name. But this was all beginning to become too much for Kaine. This conversation was veering into intimate territory. Territory Kaine did not think he ought to overhear. He didn't want Noah and August confessing when he was inches away from them, privy to everything that was going on. And perhaps another, less selfless, less mom-like part of him didn't want Noah and August to confess at all. The thought was discomforting, so much so he shifted very deliberately and turned over in the bed. Kaine didn't say anything. He didn't have to, but this movement was enough to remind Noah and August of his presence. Kaine heard Noah suck in a breath of air. Then he sighed. Well, never mind. Good night, August. Right. Good night, Noah. Sweet dreams. You too. Kaine heard Noah and August shift. They settled down, their eyelids matting together in the dark. Silence filled the room, a deep silence which seemed even more oppressive than the darkness. Then, there was nothing. Both Noah and August must have fallen asleep. It didn't take much longer for darkness to take Kaine either. I could have sworn there was a CG. Hold on. Where's my folder for that? Maybe because I'm not romancing Crow. It didn't pop up. Yeah, this. Yeah, totally this. Hum. Curious. Maybe it'll show up later. Maybe it won't show up at all. Kaine was in a curious mood come the following morning. He couldn't stop himself from running Noah and August's late-night heart-to-heart through his head. What would have happened, he wondered, if he hadn't interrupted during that pivotal moment? Would Noah have confessed to August? Would August have confessed to Noah? It was obvious that they both liked one another, but did August like Noah like that? Kaine didn't know. He should have been cheering Noah on, he knew, if he really was his friend, and yet... Yeah, that face says it all. Kaine's pensive mood didn't lift as he dressed for school that morning, or as he sat in August's kitchen eating the decadent pancakes Noah's dad had whipped up. Well, that reminds me, I do have waffles in the freezer. I guess I could make waffles. Not even the harsh sunlight, which beat down on his head when he exited August's home, could clear the cobwebs in his head. Kaine walked to school alongside Noah and August, his pace ambling, hanging back as they crested the hills. It was a pleasant enough morning, but perhaps it was a bit too pleasant. The sunlight was bright enough to burn. August and Noah, meanwhile, were in curious moods of their own. Yeah. That almost admitting you're gay and almost dating a friend of the same sex. That mood. I've been in a mood like that before. Like, I didn't come out as any sort of queer until like 21. I was very supportive of my queer friends, not realizing that I too was queer. But yeah, it took until like 21 for me to actually like admit it. Like, hey, I guess me too. And then it wasn't until I was like 24 or 25 before I came out as non-binary, which a year later turned into trans. But when I was in high school at like 16 years of age, I think, I was over at a friend's house, still identified as a woman at that point. And I knew that this friend was... Did they identify as bi at the time? I think they identified as bi, but like a year later, they were full-on lesbian. And I think like a couple years later, they were trans. I haven't kept up with this friend, so I'm not entirely sure. But, yeah, we both identified as female at the time. And they, at least, were bi, if not lesbian. And, we were talking about, like, Revolutionary Girl Utena. And I'd gotten the box sets for them and the movie. And we just had, like, a moment where it almost turned romantic. Like, I almost asked them out. I don't know where it came from, but yeah, it was almost happening. I was getting the vibes. But then like that moment passed and then it never actually happened. We stayed friends for like forever until I moved away. They kind of carried on in their life and I think they're doing pretty good right now. Last I heard of them anyway. I have another friend I'm still really good friends with who still knows them, I think. And they had last told me like months ago that they were doing okay. Same, I came out this year to actually say something because it was just easier to say I was bisexual. Yeah. Saying that I was bi when I first came out as anything was the easiest that I could think of. So I'm like, well, I've always been like into dudes. And of course at the time I thought I was like a cis woman. So I'm like, okay, that's the norm. But then there was this girl I was like really into who was really into me. And so I was just like, I remember wandering up behind my parents' couch where they were just chilling, watching TV. And I'm like, so what would you guys say if I said I was bisexual? And they're just like, I mean, as long as you're happy. They've always been very, very chill about it, despite the fact that their political leanings make me want to like strangle the shit out of them. Like, I think my dad's gonna vote for Trump this year, and I'm just like, really, Dad? Really? Even though he admits that Trump's a fucking idiot, I don't understand the logic. He just really doesn't like Kamala, just like he didn't really like Biden. And I'm like, really? So you're gonna vote for Trump? Ugh. But anyway. Yeah. They were pretty chill with it, so... From then on, it was just kind of like, okay, we got to figure ourselves out. So it went from bi to pan, because I realized I really don't care about gender. I don't care if you're male, female, non-binary, trans. I don't really care. And I guess nowadays, like bisexual also encompasses that. So, but I was just happier with the label of pan, so I went with that. And I still go with pan romantic, but when I eventually figured out asexuality was a thing, I'm like, oh, suddenly my life makes sense. This is an actual thing. I'm not like broken, because yeah, I actually thought I was broken for a long time when I didn't feel like, sexual attraction towards people. I very much wanted to date anybody under the sun, but I didn't want to like Bow chicka bow wow. I didn't want papa or pow pow. I didn't want to do that. Still don't. Very much still don't. I love reading about it though. When it's in fiction, it's delicious. When it's in real life, I'm like, no thank you. No thank you. I would rather have, I don't know, pancakes. Right, like I couldn't explain pansexual to anyone, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm bi. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't know what, well, nowadays, there's a good chunk of people who know what pansexuality is, but it is still easier to say bisexual because, like, everybody under the sun knows bisexuality. And if they don't, they're living under a rock. But yeah, yeah. A totes my goats gets it. We're in curious moods of their own. Right, right. Neither of them had spoken very much since awakening. Awakening. In more ways than one. Hell, they'd hardly said 2 sentences to one another after setting off for school, something which was rather unusual. Typically, they'd never stop chattering. They must, Kaine knew, have been thinking about last night. Well, that makes 3 of us. Yeah. Ahem. The silence, however, soon proved to be unbearable. Kaine couldn't endure it. If Noah and August were going to act this awkward after their near confession, then he wished they'd thought to... Or then he wished he'd thought to interrupt them sooner. Then this walk to school wouldn't be so excruciating. Hey, it sucks being the third wheel. It really does. I've been a third wheel so often in my life. I'm really understanding why I love Kaine so much. I feel for him, my guy. I feel for him. Hey. Kaine forced himself to sound casual when he spoke up, tamping down the guilt, which curdled in the pit of his stomach. Did something happen? Kaine and August and Noah, excuse me. Both August and Noah, perhaps predictably, started. Furtively, they looked at one another, Noah's face a little flushed. Then, his voice cracking, oh boy, Noah said, not at all convincingly, nothing happened. I'm just a little tired. Right? God, Kate, this face kills me every time I see it. Ugh. Kaine knew this was a lie, but he hadn't the heart to contradict either of them. If they didn't want to tell him what had happened, it was fine. It was all fine. Well, we did stay up kind of late. Even my dad didn't let me do that. And he's hardly ever there. Ugh. Kaine! Kaine! Kaine, you kill me! Yeah. The trio continued to walk to school, the sunlight beating down unpleasantly on top of their heads. They didn't speak another word during the rest of their journey, and neither did they speak very much when they arrived at class that morning. Noah cracked open his sketchbook and bent down to draw, his gaze laser-like in its concentration. Kaine knew Noah well enough to know that there was no point to strike up a conversation when he was like that, so he decided to leave well enough alone. Instead, he started to chatter with some of the other boys in class. It was a good way to pass the time as any, and talking to people who weren't Noah or August did help Kaine feel decidedly more normal. That's right, I am normal. I'm exceedingly normal. Stop making things not normal, Kaine. If you want to hang around Noah, you can't keep acting like a possessive weirdo. For a second there, I'm like, oh no, normal? Why are we using this word? But now I see. Now I see. He's worried that he's feeling, like, possessive of his friend. No, you just love him. You just love him. And you don't want somebody else to take him away. Ugh. Chill out, for fuck's sake. It's not like anything ever happened last night anyway. They didn't even kiss. At least, I don't think they did. Fuck. What would I do if they did kiss? Miss Rose eventually arrived in the classroom, but she didn't start reading out the register, not immediately. Instead, she made her way over to Noah, who was still drawing, and bent down to murmur something to him. Kaine didn't catch what she said. He was still busy talking to a couple of his other friends, trying to be normal, but he did wonder, what was that about? Kaine didn't have a chance, however, to ask until lunch period a few hours later. He offered to pick Noah and August some drinks from the vending machine. It was part of his newfound strategy to be more chill, less intensely, unbearably weird, which took a couple of minutes. The drinks bought, and Kaine's feelings of guilt momentarily alleviated, Kaine looped back into the classroom. August had pushed his chair next to Noah's desk, and the two were engaged in conversation, their heads bowed. Oh my god. Oh my god. You're so jealous, and you don't even understand why quite yet. Oh, my boy. My boy! Oh no, ads are gonna start in 30 seconds. Fuck that, we're having, like, emotions here. Weren't their heads just a little too close together? Oh, he's feeling jealous. Ah! They looked awfully cozy. But maybe he was just imagining it. Well, whatever. Kaine bounded over to them, then slung an arm around Noah's shoulders, beaming brightly all the while, as though last night hadn't happened. If I keep pretending, it might just work. Who knows? The human mind is an incredible thing. I got some drinks. Did you miss me? Ha. He shrugged Kaine off him and pouted. About as much as I'd miss any other overgrown, way too full of himself guy with no notion of personal space. Heh. Noah's response was a touchy. But it made Kaine smile regardless. Was it a bit touchy? Maybe? I've never heard was a touchy. But okay. But it made Kaine smile regardless. It was nice to know that Noah was back to his usual self. Was he, though? Was he? All of that silence had been grating. Don't be like that. There's no need for personal space between you and me. Kaine laughed, ruffled the top of Noah's hair with his free hand, and then set the drinks down on the desk. August thanked him, then nudged Noah excitedly in the side with his elbow. Hey, now Kaine's here. You should tell him too, Noah. Kaine pulled his own chair up to Noah's desk, and after slumping down, he glanced at his two friends curiously. Did something happen? It's not a big deal, really. Noah replied, red-faced in a manner which suggested this was quite a big deal, really. Classic Noah. He always downplays his achievements. I wonder if that's a side effect of living with Asher. Yeah, probably. Also living with his fucking parents. Miss Rose just wants me to join her art club and go for a scholarship. What? Hey, Noah! Kaine pouted and nudged him beneath the table with his foot. We're playing footsie. Every time you say something isn't a big deal, it always is. You need to start bigging yourself up more. Kaine's right. You should be proud of yourself. A scholarship sounds like a big deal. I've never been offered one of those before. I don't think I'd be smart enough for something like that. Hey, you two. Noah scowled, looking for all the world like a cat which had been stepped on. You don't need to go on about it so much. It really isn't a big deal, and it's not like I can agree anyway. Why not? I thought you loved art. He probably needs his fucking parents' permission, though. I do love art, but my parents don't love me loving art. Yeah. My mother will never let me go along with it. She thinks art is for jobless losers. Well, fuck this bitch. I'm gonna fist fight his mom. I'm gonna bring her back to life in the present part of the story. I'm gonna fist fight her in like the middle of the busiest street so that everybody can see her get her ass whooped. That sounds very close-minded. I don't know much about art, but I don't think Da Vinci or Michelangelo were jobless losers. My parents are weird about this stuff. They don't like anything that doesn't conform to their narrow viewpoints. Or something. You can say that again. I figured they wouldn't be thrilled about this. That's an understatement. But I can always cover for you. Get this. What if I convinced her to hire me as your tutor? Then you can say you'll be spending time with me while heading over to the art club on the sly. It's perfect. It would be perfect, Noah replied sardonically, his arms folded. If I thought my mother would bite. You don't think she'd like the idea? She doesn't like anything I suggest. That's why I should suggest it, not you. She might be swayed by my charms, and she does seem to like me. You're one of the only people she does like. Well, there you go. It's not a lost cause after all. I like how Kaine takes advantage of the fact that his mom likes her. That his mom likes her? That his mom likes him. To, like, help Noah. It's very sweet of him. Never say never. Your future is definitely in the arts, Noah. I don't think you should give up on that because of your mother. Though that might be easier said than done. Exactly. Kaine nodded, then frowned. Wait, I just remembered. August's birthday is coming up. Didn't I tell Noah I'd help him look for a present? Oh, by the way, are you still good to help me with my homework later today? Oh. Kaine saw a flicker of realization across Noah's face, and he nodded. Yeah, I think I'll drop by the art club and introduce myself first, though. Give me 15 minutes after school. We can do it then. So you'll be swinging by the art club after all then? Well, Miss Rose did invite me. It'd be rude to turn her down. And maybe you and August have a point. I shouldn't let my mother dictate everything I do. Fucking exactly. Good, good. You can be taught. That's character development if I've ever seen it. Oh, shut up. You don't have to sound so smug. I have every right to sound smug. I've been helping you... I've been helping you a lot here. At great detriment to myself, I might add. I'm not gonna forget that near confession for a while. Yeah. Kaine's being a real good friend here. Internal thoughts aside, I mean... Yeah, for fucking real. Yeah, I know, I get it. Thanks, Kaine? It's no problem. What are friends for? Speaking of being friends, my dad gave me some money this morning, so I can buy you both lunch today from the cafeteria. Oh, you don't need to, but I want to. My dad said it'd be a nice way to thank you for hanging out with me. I've not had any friends over before, so it was special, I guess. I thought I could celebrate it, and we could celebrate your art scholarship too, Noah. You're getting ahead of yourselves. I haven't gotten the scholarship just yet. Maybe not, but you will. I believe in you. Same here. Alright, thanks. Kaine exited the classroom, Noah and August on his heels. He still felt a bit out of sorts, but his mood had perked up considerably since then. I guess what they say is true. You just need to fake it until you make it. As a neurodivergent person? Yeah. It sucks, but yeah. All these people hiring me, not knowing I'm fucking way on the spectrum. Especially since I don't divulge that information at all. I've told myself it enough times, it's starting to feel like I really am normal after all. We've left it kind of late, though, to head over to the cafeteria. Kaine mumbled, more to himself than to Noah or August as they walked through the hallway. I hope the good stuff isn't sold out already. I have no idea what the good stuff even is. I can't remember the last time I went to the cafeteria. That's because I've been spoiling you with my fantastic cooking. I swear. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Big stretch. Okay. Oh boy. Alrighty. Shake it out. Alright. Anyway. He's such husband material. I know I've said it before, but I'll just keep saying it until it becomes true. As in, until he becomes my fucking husband. Kaine beamed while Noah rolled his eyes. Yes, you're a culinary genius, I know. Well, or I'm well aware, but I'm glad you also think so. It's nice to be appreciated. So, what do you guys want? Maybe cake. Oh god, they both said cake. No, the cake is a lie. Cake for lunch? Kaine raised an eyebrow. Then he snickered. I can't believe you two. You even said it at the same time and everything. How adorable. This is killing me. You could have been a throuple this whole time. Ah. I'm never gonna live my throuple dreams, I swear to God. Kaine started to laugh, and this time, he was being wholly sincere. Some of his previous smiles might have been a tad forced, but not this. His laughter was wholly spontaneous and unplanned alongside it. You're just as bad as each other. You're like little kids. It's no wonder August nominated me as the mom friend. Ha 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 ha. Noah pouted. I don't think it's that funny, though. Who doesn't like cake? Exactly, it's popular for a reason. I'm not big into sugar myself. It's bad for your teeth and for your health, says the mom friend. Don't you think sweets are enough to sustain my perfect body? Or do you think sweets are enough to sustain my perfect body? Perfect? Yeah. Uh-oh. Right. Kaine supposed Noah meant to say, but he wasn't able to get the words out. Another boy bumped into Noah, a short boy with flyaway hair, whose blue eyes were very bright. He must have hit Noah with a fair degree of force, his small stature notwithstanding, because Noah staggered back, winded. Ow. Oh, whoopsies, my bad. Who the fuck is this? He's really cute, but... The boy trilled in response, his voice a little too sing-song when contrasted with Noah's pained grimace. I don't think that apology was particularly sincere. Is this Luca? I'm getting the feeling this is Luca. He didn't do that on purpose, did he? But why would he? Kaine looked the boy up and down, scowling, but the boy had already turned on his heels. Briskly, he walked off, not bothering to respond to Noah's mumbles. It's fine. Yeah, that was definitely on purpose. What an asshole. If I see him around, I'll have to give him a piece of my mind. Yeah, protect your man, Kaine. What the hell's his problem anyway? Kaine clicked his tongue. Then, concernedly, he looked at Noah. Hey, are you alright? I'm fine, I'll live. I'm sure it wasn't intentional. Press X to doubt. That was what Noah said, at least, but Kaine could tell, based on the furrow in his brow, that he didn't believe it any more than Kaine did. You don't know that kid, do you, Noah? You and him don't have some sort of beef, right? Not that I'm aware of. Maybe he just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. If that's the case, he looked pretty damn chipper. Kaine scowled. Then he shook his head. Well, there's no point in getting worked up. Noah's a big boy, he can fight his own battles. I guess I'll let it go. For now. I mean, what are the odds I'll run into him again? You're definitely gonna run into him again. Kaine met up with Noah later that day, once Noah had finished introducing himself to the art club. It took Noah a lot longer than he said it would, but Kaine didn't mind much. He was just happy to see Noah getting out there and trying something different. Together, they left the school building, both of them beating their way through the town. As they walked, their soles slapping against the asphalt, Kaine gave Noah a crooked smile. Things weren't quite back to the way they always were, but they were close enough. They were close enough, at least, for Kaine to nudge Noah in the side with his elbow. So, how was the art club? Are you going to be a pompous fine art student now? Please. Noah scoffed dismissively. Even if I was a pompous fine art student, which I most definitely am not, I'd still be more palatable than the way you act. Is that so? That is so. You could be so annoying sometimes. Only because we've known one another for so long. I don't tease anybody I don't tease anybody else like this, you know? Lucky me. Noah rolled his eyes. Then, after adjusting the strap of his school bag on his shoulder, he looked back towards Kaine. It was fine, though. Everybody seemed nice enough. I'm glad to hear it. It would be nice if Noah could make a few more friends, especially friends who share his appreciation for the arts. I don't mind being his bestie, of course, but it can't hurt to branch out a bit more. If you talk to more people, maybe he wouldn't have gotten so stuck on August. Speaking of which... By the way, do you know what you might want to get August? I thought that you were supposed to be coming up with an idea. Huh? And why would that be my responsibility? Well, you were the one who suggested the shopping trip. And you're the one who wants to know him best. You two are always chatting. You talked to him too. Noah's response was a curt one, almost defensive. He pouted, and when he did, Kaine found he hadn't the heart to be exasperated. I really am the mom friend. Besides, you'll be getting him a present too, right? Surely you must have thought of some ideas. I guess it's nothing groundbreaking though. I just thought I'd pick him up a new game or something. He seemed to like the ones I brought over to his place last night. Right, then maybe I could... Oh, no you don't. We can't both buy him games. That was my idea. Think of your own. You're so stingy. I'm just trying to help. He'll appreciate it more if you put some thought into it. I have been putting thought into it. I still don't know what to get him, though. Why don't you draw him a self-portrait? Or a portrait of him, He likes your art. And you can make that. That's thoughtful. That's the problem. Well, it should be obvious. You just need to get him something soppy he'll remember. That'll make it even easier for me to pick him out something low effort. A laughing Kaine ducked into their local game store, then picked out something inoffensive he thought August would like. Noah was still standing there, looking lost in thought when Kaine returned. Oh. Though he thought he saw Noah's eyes light up as he walked over to him. That was the face Noah always made when he struck upon the solution of a complicated math question. It was an expression Kaine would recognize anywhere. You got an idea? Yeah, just wait here. I think I can see something. Noah headed off, leaving Kaine to stare after his retreating back. Now I wonder what's gotten him so worked up. It's rare to see Noah this enthusiastic. He's always been so grouchy. It's nice to see another side of him, I guess. But did he ever get this worked up about my birthdays? I actually just felt heartache just now. Like, Kaine, you're killing me. You're killing me. Noah came back a few minutes later, clutching a carrier bag to his chest. Kaine peeped into the bag, then raised an eyebrow. You bought him a plant? Really? Yeah, so what? Blush spread across Noah's cheeks, one which mirrored the blush he'd worn last night when August had suggested they'll share a bed. What's wrong with plants? They're nice. They're nice enough, I guess. But it's not the sort of gift I'd give to a guy. It seems more like something your mom would like. Oh, shut up. I think it's cute. Well. Kaine grinned, then ruffled the top of Noah's head. I could agree with that, at least. August is into sentimental stuff like this, so who knows? Maybe it will be right up his alley. It's more unique, at least, than your gift. Well, I can't argue that. Still, I think my gift's pretty cool. You can actually play games. What can you do with a plant? I don't know. Water it? That doesn't sound very exciting. Taking care of plants isn't meant to be exciting. It's rewarding. Oh god, here's this fucker again. Yoo-hoo, Noah. Hey, Noah. Who the fuck are you? Kaine frowned, bemused, as a loud voice cut through the relative stillness of the street. A boy was dashing over to them, one with flyaway hair and bright blue eyes. His uniform was the same as Noah and Kaine's, and he was short. Despite his diminutive stature, however, he was no stranger, he had no shortage of energy. I swear I can read. I swear I can. Kaine thought he recognized him. Was that the asshole who bumped into Noah earlier? Yes. Yes, it was. So much for not seeing him again. The moment you thought it, I knew it was going to happen. Hey, you, what do you want? Oh, man, did I do something to upset you? I'm so sorry. That look you're giving me is pretty scary. It's fine, Kaine. Noah intercepted before Kaine could say something curt, his voice resigned. I know him. We're both in Miss Rose's art club. I knew it. I knew it was fucking Luca. This is Luca. Well, Luca, huh? Putting a name to a face didn't make Kaine like him anymore, but if Noah said it was fine, then... That's me, and you must be Kaine. Noah told me a bit about you. Hehe. Oh. Luca stared at the bags Noah and Kaine were holding. And are these the presents you said you were going to buy for this special someone? Kaine didn't like the stress Luca put on special someone. There was something unsettling about it. What did Noah tell him exactly? It's our friend's birthday tomorrow, so we came to pick out some presents. Aw, how sweet. I'm sure she'll love them. Oh boy, here we go. He. Oh? He? My bad, I was expecting a girl. I'm sure he'll love them. I can't wait to see what you'll get me on my birthday, Noah. Fuck you. Nothing. A bullet between the eyes. How would you like that? Luca grinned. It was a smug smile, one which looked vastly too self-important. I think my intuition was right on the money. I can't stand this kid. And neither can I. What an ass. I'd love to hang around and chat, but I should be heading off soon. My cousin's gonna visit me later, so Mom told me to come back early. Great. Nobody asked. I'll see you later, Noah. Bye-bye. Oh, bye? Luca beamed, then turned to depart, but not before bending down to retrieve a piece of folded paper by Noah's feet. Did he drop something, or did he just come over all environmentally conscious? Well, whatever, it's not my problem. Kaine watched Luca depart, his lips pursed in distaste. He had a lot to say about Luca, but none of it was positive. That's the correct response. In the end, all he settled on was, that kid's like a hurricane. Tell me about it. Kaine just hoped, as Luca departed, that he wouldn't prove to be as dangerous as a hurricane, too. Considering what Noah has said in the present timeline? Don't think that's gonna happen. There was something pretty strange about the way he talked to Noah, or that he was talking to Noah. Seriously, what is his deal? No, seriously, what is his deal? I don't get it. He was an asshole before Noah even knew him. The following school day passed in something of a blur. It seemed like the whole class knew that it was August's birthday because dozens of people, girls mostly, stopped by his desk to wish him many happy returns, even girls from other classes. Woo! Kaine whistled, amused, as he sat with Noah and August during lunch period, a small smile playing about his lips. Get a load of you. I didn't realize you were Mr. Popular. I'm a bit surprised myself. I've not been here all that long. I didn't think I'd had enough time to make such a big impression. Nah, you're underselling yourself. You have a load of good points. I'm not so sure about that. I am. Just ask Noah here. What? Noah, who had been in the middle of drinking from a juice carton, spluttered. He went up. It seemed a small miracle, really. He hadn't spat orange juice all over Kaine's shirt. What are you talking about, Kaine? Why are you bringing me into this? Well, why not? You're a prime example, aren't you, of somebody who's been swayed by August's charms? If anybody out there can tell him what his good points are, it's you. Oh, please. Noah glanced away, red-faced. Stop being such a weirdo. You're going to put me off my lunch. Why? Because I asked you to say a few nice things about August? I have plenty of nice things I could say. Not now. It's kind of awkward. Why is it awkward? It's August's birthday. I don't think there's any better time to compliment him. I guess. Noah squirmed in his seat, still red-faced, something which made Kaine smile. He might not be baby-faced like August, but he's plenty cute himself. Uh-huh. I wonder how Noah would react if I told him that. Probably not too positively, knowing him. I was thinking of saving the sappy stuff for later, though, when I've actually gotten a chance to give you your present. Kaine is right, though. You do have a lot of good qualities. I don't think it's too surprising that our class would want to wish you a happy birthday. Is all. You too. August looked between Kaine and August. August. Wait a second. Did I read that right? Nope, I did read that right. I think I meant to say August looked between Kaine and Noah. Okay, I thought I was having like a stroke. And then he beamed. So I called the place. The internet place? They better be fixing it. I think this might be the best birthday I've ever had. I'm happy I could help. It must have been rough moving around as much as you did, but don't worry, I have your back. I mean, Noah likes you a lot, so I've got to look out for you. He'd be devastated if anything happened. Welp. Welp. Ain't that the fucking truth? Lunch soon came to an end. The lessons which ensued were all dull and drab. Hello? The final bell rang, signaling the end of the school day. Students rose en masse, stretching, and deposited their books unceremoniously into their bags. A few more people paused by August's desk to wish him a happy birthday before they left, but the classroom eventually cleared of people. Soon, August, Kaine, and Noah were the only people left. Kaine finished putting his belongings away, then looked at Noah askance. 1, the people fucked up because I'm not even supposed to have this Wi-Fi. 2, we may or may not be at almost 300 gigabytes of data when our plan is 100. Whoa. That's wild. The people fucked up because I'm not even supposed to have this Wi-Fi. 2, we may or may not be at almost 300 gigabytes of data when our plan is 100. Oof. Oof. They were working on switching us to unlimited when the phone hung up. But... You got me on the edge of my seat here, Ace. It's working better. That's good. That's good. Hopefully they get you switched over to that unlimited. Ready to go? I gotta drop by the art club. I left my sketchbook there yesterday. You guys go on ahead, alright? Huh. Now that's strange. I thought he would have jumped at the bit to walk back home with August, especially on his birthday. Wait, they're back. Good, good, good. Get your internet fixed, hell yeah. It is a special occasion. But whatever, I'm sure they'll meet up later anyway. I don't like that he's going to be on his own in the art club where the fucking Luca is. Cool, see you later then. I'll see you, Noah. Kaine and August both waved Noah goodbye, then set off. The sun was still high in the sky, and the path they cut through the mountains was brightly lit. The sky overhead was a peerless azure blue, and the leaves on the trees which shifted about them looked particularly vivid. This is the kind of scene that Noah would probably want to paint. He knows fuck all about plants, but he's great at painting them. I guess he figures he doesn't need to know what everything's called to appreciate how beautiful it is. Hey, Kaine? Kaine frowned. He had been so caught up in his thoughts, he hadn't been giving the birthday boy much attention. Now that he thought about it, however, that was an unusual turn of events. Kaine didn't often spend time with August alone, just the two of them. Whenever they hung out, Noah was always with them. Well, duh, Noah was the one who first took an interest in August. We wouldn't be hanging out at all if it wasn't for him. This might be a bit sappy, haha. August laughed bashfully, once again drawing Kaine from his internal monologue. And I don't want to make things awkward or weird or whatever. If I'm being too sentimental, I'll knock it off, but I meant what I said, you know, in the classroom. In the classroom? Yeah, over lunch. I said this was the best birthday I'd ever had. And it wasn't an exaggeration. My last birthday was kind of sad, actually. And the one before that. And the one before that. Wanly, August smiled. Since I've moved around so much, I've never really had the chance to settle down. It's hard to make friends when you keep getting uprooted every couple of months or so. After a while, I guess, I figured there wasn't much point in trying to reach out to people. I didn't want to get too attached. It was pretty lonely. But it's different now, with you and Noah. I feel like you've really gone out of your way to make me feel welcome, and I don't know. I thought I'd tell you, while I have the chance, that I appreciate it. That's all. I see. Kaine looked at August mutely for a few moments, digesting the speech. Then he smiled. You're right, that is pretty sappy. But I don't mind. It's your birthday, you're allowed to lay it on a little thick. Birthdays are supposed to be emotional, but you don't gotta thank me, you know? It's not like I'm going out of my way to accommodate you or anything. It's easy being nice to you, and do you want to know why? Why? This'll be groundbreaking, I know. Wryly, Kaine grinned. He took a step towards August, their sides brushing. Then, winding an arm around his shoulder, he said, It's because you're a nice person. No way. Yes way. It's very shocking, I know, but that's the truth. If people want to be nice to you because you're nice to them first, or if people want to be nice to you, it's because you're nice to them first, especially Noah. He likes you a lot, you know? I got that impression. He's always been so sweet to me. It makes me happy too. That's because he's sweet on you. It's pretty darn obvious too. I'm sure you must have noticed. Noah might think he's being cool about it, but he doesn't really do subtle. Yeah, no shit. He is, yeah. So be sweet to him in return, alright? You'd better look suitably enthusiastic when Noah gets around to giving you his present. He spent a lot of time picking it out. He'd be sad if you didn't like it. I'm sure I will. Why wouldn't I? August smiled guilelessly. His blonde head of hair backlit by the sun. He held one hand to his chest, his face positively radiant. I cherish anything that Noah would give me. Any gift from him would be priceless. Kaine fell silent as he observed August. So, August, tell me. Do you like him? Do you want to, like, make out with him? Really? Do you? Tell me. I gotta know. He had expected this answer, more or less, and yet he knew he should have been happy. But despite that, he couldn't quell the unease which was beginning to curdle in the pit of his stomach. Kaine said goodbye to August, then headed back home. Oh, he looks so sad. He let himself inside, then spent his evening like he usually would, going over his notes from the day's lessons and working on his homework. Kaine's father was more hands-off than both of Noah's parents, but he had drummed the importance of studying into his only son from a young age. If you want to be as successful as I am, Kaine, then you need to take your studies seriously. Apply yourself. I know studying isn't very fun, but you'll thank me for it in the future. I'm saying this for your own good. That was what Kaine's father had said to him, though this must have been years ago. This had been back when Kaine was in elementary school, and his father had still shown a modicum of interest in his schoolwork. Now, however... Yeah, I know that feeling. Kaine sighed as he went through his math homework. It was August's birthday. Noah had probably arranged to meet him already, so he could hand him that plant. They would probably be together as the sun set while Kaine was on his own, shut up in his room. His friends were too busy with one another to pay him much heed, and his father... unlurk. God, do you see it again? Ah. hopefully they call you back. Again. Kaine, dear. A voice from downstairs jolted Kaine from his thoughts. He dropped his pen, which hit his desk, then fell onto the floor. Well, it's no big deal. I wasn't paying attention anyway. Kaine, dinner's ready. All right, Mom, I'll be down in a sec. Kaine rose from his desk and then stretched, relieved for the interruption. Kaine's mother, at least, was always around, even when his father wasn't. She was a kind woman, though the years hadn't been kind to her in turn. She was in her mid-40s, but she looked older. Worry had scored lines beneath her eyes and in her forehead well before her time. It's because she frets too much. I wonder if that's where I inherited it from. Man, I hope I don't end up with wrinkles like her. So, what do you think? Kaine's mother looked at her son from across the tabletop, a little too eager to please. I made your favorite for dinner today. I hope you like it. Oh, right. Thanks. Kaine tried to sound appropriately enthusiastic, but this was no small order. It was hard to be too excited by pan-seared salmon, even if it had been prepared with his favorite lemon sauce. Oh. Wait, that makes me think that, like, salmon's, like, one of his favorites, and he fed that to Noah as breakfast. Oh, God, in the present. Oh, now I'm having thoughts. Oh, man. When his thoughts were otherwise occupied. For whatever reason, he couldn't stop thinking about Noah. Boy. And it's so true that sometimes you don't even realize that what you feel for somebody is a bit more than what you thought it was until somebody else kind of comes into the picture. Oh my God. Oh my God. Calm thyself. I don't know how to calm thyself. I don't know how that works. I don't know how to do that. Kaine's mother was a good cook. It was her passion for the culinary arts which had sparked Kaine's own interest in the subject, but he could hardly taste his salmon. It might as well have been cardboard. Everything seemed to have lost its flavor lately, and everything looked so dull too, and so lifeless. Kaine sighed, and his mother, sensing his dour mood, clicked his tongue sympathetically. I think you meant clicked her tongue? Unless his mom has, like, something to tell us all? And then you're just saying when it comes to a white-haired man. Oh, well. You're preaching to the choir. Poor dear. I know you must have been feeling lonely lately, but try not to worry. Kaine glanced at his mother from across the table, his hand curled about his fork. Has she figured out how I've been feeling? I didn't tell her about Noah in August, though. How would she know? Well, he hasn't been over in a while. I guess it's not too hard to figure out. My mother is pretty perceptive. I know what this is about, and believe me, it's hard for me too. Okay, it's definitely not about what he thinks it's about. Probably something with his dad. It's hard not to feel neglected, maybe. Yep. I nailed it. But your father has been very busy with work. He can't help it. His job has been awfully demanding, but I'm sure things will quiet down in the office eventually. Then we'll be able to spend more time together, as a family. I have my doubts. Again, press X to doubt. Doesn't that sound nice, Kaine, dear? The dinner table will be a lot livelier then, if nothing else. You and your father always did get on well. Did we get on well, or did I just put up with his bullshit? Oh. Kaine excelled. So, his mother had been talking about his father after all. I guess that makes sense. Now that he thought about it, in fact, he couldn't remember the last time his father had joined them at the dinner table. He had been working overtime for the last couple of months, and he was often, mysteriously, busy during the weekends too. I bet you I bet you, if he's not just busy with work, man is having an affair. I bet you anything. Kaine had wondered about this, but he hadn't given it too much thought. What if it was even crazier than that? What if he had like a second family? One of those crazy situations. His father had always been a brusque, busy man, but when he was at home, he had little time to spare for his wife or his son. If his mother thought his father's presence at the dinner table would liven things up, then she was deluding herself. Meals with Kaine's father were as scintillating as funeral processions. Kaine didn't say this, however. There was a lot he couldn't say to his mother, no matter how much he loved her. Instead, he tried to smile. It wasn't a very convincing smile, but it was the best he could manage. Yeah, I know. I'll try to look on the bright side. Thanks, Mom. Don't mention it. I'm always here to cheer you up, no matter what's weighing on you. You can count on me. Sure. Kaine looked back down at his dinner. He had hoped at the close... Sorry, my brain flatlined for a second. He had hoped at the close of this supposed heart-to-heart, his salmon might look more palatable. And boy's not hungry. But this was wishful thinking. Oh, God, Kaine, you're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart. Kaine! Kaine! The smell was enough to make Kaine shudder. Yeah. Fish will do that for me any day of the week. All of a sudden, he didn't think he could stomach it. Kaine retreated upstairs after his miserable meal to the safe sanctuary of his bedroom. He spent the next hour re-reviewing his notes and finishing up his homework. Kaine tended to devote his time to schoolwork while he was at home, not because he adored studying above all else. In truth, he found it rather tedious, but because it gave him something to do. It was a distraction. It was hard to exist in his parents' home without keeping himself occupied. Fish yummers. I wish I could say the same. I wish I liked fish. Not to rhyme or anything, but I do. I do wish. But I can't. I've tried it plenty of times, hoping that maybe my tastes have changed. No. Me and seafood do not mix. This is why I'd rather be hanging out with Noah right about now. But I guess that isn't an option. I wouldn't want to interrupt anything, and who knows, maybe it's good to put a bit more distance between us. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, as they say. It was late at night, almost 10 p.m., when Kaine finally finished with his schoolwork. He stretched, yawned, then padded over to his bed. Once there, he collapsed, the mattress depressing beneath his weight with a dull thud. With sightless eyes, Kaine stared up at the ceiling. Damn, probably haven't been made by the right person. I don't know. I've had fish made by plenty of different people. At restaurants, made by people at home, and it just never appeals to me. Never sits well in my stomach either. His bedroom was full of shadows, and the light on his bedside table did little to diminish them. The sky beyond his window, meanwhile, was pitch black. Now what should I do? I could read a book, maybe. But I don't know if I can really focus. What was that? Kaine was busy turning various options over in his head, none of which really appealed, when he heard the distant sound of the front door being opened. Was that his father? He really was working late today. I think this is the same, I think this is some sort of record even for him. Kaine could hear, though faintly, the sound of voices drifting from the entrance hall. What'd you forget to ask? That's a cutie poo. I'm doing much better than yesterday, that's for damn sure. I had to take some ibuprofen before stream, but other than cramps, so far so good. Man, I felt like shit yesterday, for sure. He wasn't sure what exactly his mother was saying. She spoke so softly. Kaine sometimes had difficulty hearing her when they were both sitting at the dinner table. But he did hear his father's reply. Something loud and angry, maybe? It's fine. There's nothing wrong. Don't worry. There was another hush then. I said it's fine. Don't nag me, please. It's been a busy day and I'm tired. Snacks? Yeah, I could do with snacks. I don't think I have any snack foods in my kitchen now that I think about it. Nope. I do not. Oh, well. I think I have like white cheddar rice cakes. I think. But I also think they're pretty old. They might be stale as all hell. I'll have to check. Good lord, finally I can type again. What happened? Took a dumpy on me? Ah. When it comes to like me watching other people's streams, yeah. Twitch has been kind of shit lately. Like nothing wrong with my internet, but I'll just be watching somebody and all of a sudden the quality will shoot down to like the lowest quality. And sometimes I gotta like refresh the page because it stops like playing. I'll just sit there like buffering. Despite the fact that again, nothing's wrong with my internet. So what the fuck? White cheddar Cheez-Its coming up. Oh, that sounds so good. I love white cheddar Cheez-Its. I've been here, but it wouldn't let me type for shit. And I tried browser and everything. Ugh. God damn it, Twitch. What's wrong with you? Ay. Also, Kaine's father sounds like a fucking delight. Now, stand aside. I'm just about ready for bed. He sounds fucking demanding as shit. Kaine's brow furrowed. What was this about his mother nagging his father? Were they having a fight? This was new. Kaine's parents had something of a strained relationship, but they didn't really argue. It wasn't possible, given his mother was so meek. She really must have been worried to start questioning her husband. Her concern was understandable, though. It was very late. Had his father been at the office this whole time? Kaine never really pondered what his father did for a living, but even he found it faintly unbelievable. What if his dad also works for the government? I'm having, like, subplot thoughts. What the hell is my old man playing at exactly? What's going on? Kaine had a few theories, but he didn't want to dwell on them too much. The possibilities were too depressing. Like an affair. It was much easier to think about Noah. I'm sure it was. Kaine lay back in bed, letting his thoughts drift. They melted together like oil paints on a canvas, running into one another until... Oh. Huh? Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Sorry, I am shooketh. Kaine? Did you just fall into the dream world? Oh no. Oh no, if he has this ability, then him possibly being like the dream killer. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. Oh boy. It'd be very valid on why he couldn't say anything. Good question. Kaine's body jolted. It felt momentarily, as though all the air had been sucked from his lungs, leaving him breathless. Oh god, there's spooky music too. His body felt weightless and far too heavy all at the same time. He was floating. Or maybe he was falling? Kaine's stomach churned. His head pounded. He reached out, groping through the darkness for something to grab hold of as he fell faster and faster. And then, as soon as it had started, the strange sensation abated. He could feel the ground beneath his soles, reassuringly solid. Shakily, he inhaled. What the hell was that? Was it an earthquake? That would explain the shaking, but it didn't explain the breathless, weightless feeling which had overtaken him. Maybe I'm going crazy. I've been studying too much. They do say that all hard work and no play is bad for you. Kaine rubbed his eyes with the back of his arm, then looked around. Not that there was much to look at. His surroundings were completely black. Am I still in my bedroom? Kaine took a few hesitant steps forward. He was fearful as he moved. The ground might open up beneath him yet again, and he'd start falling. Phew. But to his relief, it remained solid. That's one small mercy, at least. Kaine navigated his way through the dark, his arms outstretched, zombie-like. He didn't know what was lurking in the shadows, and he didn't want to find out. I need to figure out how to get back to my room. I need to figure out what's happening. I wonder if it's the same thing, or I wonder if the same thing happened to Mom and Dad. Are they alright? See, this is where I was like, thinking, his dad working for the government, maybe again, the government's like, I don't know, involved in some kind of like dream shenanigans. I don't know. Kaine continued to shuffle through the darkness, doubts about his parents running through his head when... breathy voice. Not hot, so rough. If you leave marks, then... I'm sorry? What's happening? Hello? Am I about to walk on two people having sex? What's going on? Oh, are you coming over all squeamish now? That's very cute. I'm very shooketh. But it's a bit too late to play coy? I thought you liked it when I left marks? Ayo? Oh god, what is happening? What is happening? And to think, like, before the scene started, I thought, well, maybe I'll end it here for tonight. Nope, we going on. What's happening? I do, but if anybody in the office found out... In the office? I'm having thoughts. They won't find out. Not if you're extra careful. And it's a familiar voice, too. I just realized that. Oh. Is Dad having an affair in Dreamland with somebody? And does leaving marks in the dream world mean leaving marks in the real world? What is happening? What? Plus, is Kaine about to walk in on his father, like, doing somebody else? Because that would be traumatic. Oh, boy. Okay, now stop being so difficult. You don't want me to punish you, do you? Oh my god, please. No, but... Then play along. There's a good girl. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I hear this kind of talk in BL manhwa, and it's fine. In this context, I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, question mark indeed. Kaine frowned. Dokkaebi also frowned. Wait. I don't like it. No, I don't like it. He thought he could hear a couple of voices, faint and indistinct though they were. One of the voices belonged to a woman. That much was indisputable. It was soft and breathy, sensually so. Ugh. There was something seductive about it. As for the other voice, meanwhile... But if you keep doing this, somebody will notice. Our colleagues are getting suspicious. There's only so many times you can ask me to see you in your office before people... to talk. Do I have to make the noises, please? Please. I don't wanna. So what? Let them talk. I couldn't care less what other people think. Not when we're together. Father getting the nookie in his dreams. Oh my god. Right now, you're the only person I care about. Even if you are being a bad girl right now. Uh-oh. Kaine thought he recognized it. Oh god. Don't do it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It was a voice he had heard before, many times in fact, though never in a context quite like this. It's definitely Dad. This voice, emanating from the darkness, bore a striking resemblance to the voice which had told Kaine to keep his nose to the grindstone, to take his grades seriously.
Good boy.
Oh god. Even just hearing good boy, I'm thinking about the, like, now be a good girl. To worry about his future, yep. As I said, this is father. Oh god. It sounded an awful lot like... Dad? Kaine took a hesitant step forwards, then another. Oh god. I was scared of what image was going to show up on the screen. The darkness undulated around him with every footstep. It rippled, just like fabric, then melted to reveal an office. It's not your fault, it's the game's fault. The office was dimly lit, the sky beyond the glass windows dark blue. The sun had already set, and the spacious, sophisticated room was illuminated by a few lights. This is Father's office, isn't it? As dim as the lighting was, however, Kaine could see exactly what was happening. And his eyes melted out of his skull. Or he started crying blood, or they lit on fire. Whichever happens first. He could see it only too well. There was a woman lying on the imposing desk in the middle of the room. She was a pretty woman, blonde with a lot of curls. Kaine couldn't get a good look at her face, but he saw she had smooth skin and bright red lips, just like cherries. Sweet sighs spilled from her lips at irregular intervals, coaxed from her by her partner. The woman herself looked to be young, in her early 20s if that, but the man who was with her. Stop building it up, just say it. No way. Kaine recognized him, just as he had recognized his voice. He was a distinguished enough-looking gentleman, despite his advanced years. His dark hair was streaked with white, and there were wrinkles beneath his eyes and about his mouth, but he wasn't unattractive. Kaine's mother liked to reminisce fondly about how very handsome he had been when they first met. The moment I saw him, it was love at first sight. He knocked me off my feet, just like he knocked this secretary or whatever the fuck she is off her feet and threw her on his desk and then fucked the shit out of her. Oh, this cheating son of a bitch. I knew it though. I knew it. The moment he started describing his home situation, I just fucking knew it. That and him not being, like his dad not being there during the weekends. Oh my god. Oh my god. I stood no chance against him, really. How could anybody resist? Kaine's mother had been the first to tame his heart, but she hadn't been the last. It seemed that his appeal had not been diminished over the years, not if the way the blonde woman writhed was any indication. She gasped as Kaine's father pressed their bodies together. Kaine, my poor boy, you're gonna be so traumatized. Yeah. And then everything went black once again. Kaine's gut lurched. He gasped. Then, with wide eyes, the world burst into existence around him, his darkened bedroom erupting from the shadows as though he had never left it. It was as though that scene in the darkened office, with his father and the blonde woman, had never happened. If only. But Kaine knew this to be wishful thinking. What had just happened? What had he just seen? And didn't his father also say he was tired? Like he wanted to go to bed? Like right away? No fucking wonder. He had some fresh ass waiting for it. You interrupted me. Thank you for the care package, though. I needed it after all that. Oh, stretch. Okay. Your timing was impeccable. Okay. Whew. Now I'm gonna finish what I was saying. No wonder he was so tired and eager to go to bed. He had fresh ass waiting for him in his dreams. Ugh, I did just stop shrimping. Actually, let me get my leg under me. Hold on. Okay. Scoot back in here. And calibrate. Okay. It couldn't have been a dream. It was far too vivid. Why would Kaine just fall into dreams, though? I swear, the government is involved somehow. And at this point, I don't know if Noah has done it yet. What was that then? Some sort of vision? An omen? Or did that really happen? Is it happening right now? I don't know, but Kaine groaned. He pressed both his palms to his face, grinding the heel of his hand into his eyes. His head was aching. He felt dazed and disoriented, and more than a little sick, but one thing remained clear. I have to tell somebody about this. If I don't, I think I'll go insane. Chapter 4. Welcome home. This is perfect timing, actually. Oh, God. I want to continue. I want to continue, because now we're, like, going to talk to each other in the present. Ugh. But this is actually a good place to stop. Because it's now 9 o'clock, my time. Or 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, well, while ads are going, I'm actually going to switch over to the first game of our Frightening Friday. And begun. Okay.